sneaking around in a skin-tight safety orange dress. It's my fiancée stealing niece, Natalie.
Whoever has Mars has that gun. The gun that Rex must have used to kill Victor Lord.
Yeah. The one we hid in Morris the porcupine?
Yeah, the chiseling cheapskate got him for fuck a lousy wop. What is that?
Not good.
Aubrey is gonna love you. Don't tell her you only cost $1 though, okay? I know she says she's in this whole working stiff thing, but we know better, right, buddy? So you're an antique and you're priceless, all right? Teamwork.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have the wrong room.
You're looking for Cutter, aren't you?
The hell are you doing with that thing?
We gotta get that thing back, or Rexy's life is gonna be destroyed.
What thing? Axis Lambie says they still haven't arrested Scarface. What the hell?
They haven't arrested him because he didn't do it, Jack.
Nice to see you too, Uncle Todd.
From what I understand, you don't live here anymore.
You're right, I moved out.
So you're trespassing. I should call the cops. Hello? Is this the Lambview Police Department? Is there anybody there that I could speak to? Someone who hasn't slept with Natalie? 1 second.
You have a recording of Victor Lord's murder.
Yeah. See, me and Viv, we took a couple of days off and we headed to Costa Rica.
Oh, nice.
We're out in the rainforest. Anyway, I couldn't pick up any of my calls while I was gone, so I didn't get this till today.
Get what?
A message from Mr. Manning. I mean, Victor Lord, you know what I'm saying.
Call him Taya's husband.
Right. He called me the night he was shot. You gotta hear this.
What thing?
Hey, how was Shane's first day at school? Did he have any trouble with those little brats?
Well, why don't you answer my question first? You were saying something about how if you don't get something back, my life will be destroyed? Get what back? What are you guys up to?
Well, I guess we better tell him. Roxy, my porcupine is missing.
What are you doing with Morris?
Who? The porcupine? So you guys are on a first-name basis? You didn't tell me you were seeing other people.
He's Roxy's. He sits on the front desk at the Angel Square Hotel.
Not anymore. I got him at the flea market. Fair and square. So you can arrest me if you want, but you'll be wasting your time.
Easy. I'm just surprised you would part with him.
Yeah, well, some people do anything for money.
Who's Cutter? Please, save it. You're just another one in a long line of long-legged bimbos. Oh, I am so stupid. I actually believed him. We were gonna start over, have a commitment. But he could never give up his #1 vice. Sluts like you. So what's your name anyway? Does it end with an I? Bambi? Susie?
It's Aubrey. Aubrey Wentworth.
Okay, so I'm gonna take Morris home because it is past his bedtime. But ask your friend Roxy if you don't believe me. She had him on her table at the flea market, and I came across him honestly.
Well, that's something new for you.
Ha ha, this is funny.
Jeez. I'll tell you what, though, he sure does pack it away.
You weigh a ton. Big fat porcupine.
Shane, what's going on?
Not much. I had the first day of school today.
You still at Lambview High?
Yeah, there was this private school that I could have gone to, but things would have been even worse there. I wouldn't have known anyone, and then they would have eventually found out that I tried, you know. And then they'd find out about my mom dying and having cancer and everything. At least at LHS, everyone knows everything that's happened to me already.
Well, from what I've heard, most great artists have crappy childhoods.
I guess I'll be some kind of genius then.
Definitely. So how'd it go?
At least Jack Manning wasn't there.
What do you mean Scarface didn't do it? He hated Dad. He blamed him for every bad thing that ever happened to him.
Were you right about who he was?
All right, just because someone's your biological
Jack,
father...
answer me. Were you right or were you wrong? You were wrong because you were biased, and that's understandable because you loved Victor.
He was my father, and Scarface killed him.
He is dead, Jack. And even though we hate it, that does not mean that Dad killed him.
Yeah? How do you know this?
Because he came over here and he told me himself.
Like he was here?
Yes, before...
The cops let him go?
There's no evidence, okay? There's
What
none.
is wrong
the
with
cops
you
don't
people?
think that he's guilty
I
either.
saw Scarface at the safe. I saw him take the gun.
Yes, okay, just because he took it does not mean that he used it. He never went to Victor's, he never knocked you out.
You don't know that.
You don't know that either. You don't know who knocked you out cold, and you don't know who killed Victor.
Hey, Sean, it's me. I need to put you back on the payroll. You were my ex-wife. It's really nothing. You won't have to do anything at all. Hello? Oh my God, what the hell are you doing here?
That's a man being murdered. A man not everybody loved, but I've got to say, I'm gonna miss Victor Lord. He treated me okay. And when he didn't, I let him know. And he heard me.
You can ask for more than that.
And Taya, she's good people. And Danny, oh my God. From what I can make of it, it sounds like Mr. Lord needed me for a security job. For Blair, maybe she thought something was wrong.
That seems to make sense.
So what does that recording tell you?
You're judging me? It's pretty funny. I mean, it would be if you had your facts straight. Who you been talking to, Jess?
Yeah. And, after what she said, I'm surprised to see you here.
Well, I came for Liam's jacket. I left it when I moved out. Thought I could sneak in the house without running into anybody, but I wasn't aware that Mom got an attack dog.
If you really wanted to stick it to your twin, stealing her fiancé and then moving in with him, it's a great kind of 1-2 combination.
Yes, well, at least I didn't kill my twin. Just more than I can say for you.
Hello? So, oh my God, what the hell are you doing here?
So? Tells me a couple things, right? There's no fight. There's no confrontation, right? The intruder, he let himself in. He surprised Victor. And he shot him without saying a word.
Sounds like a pro.
It was definitely premeditated.
So we're talking murder one.
I didn't kill my twin, although I really wanted to. And your friends, your really good friends at the police department, they agree with me because they kicked me loose. They got nothing on me. They can't prove that I had anything to do with Victor's death.
Oh, once we get the murder weapon.
You're gonna cross me right off the list, because I didn't do it. I didn't fire the weapon. I only gave the gun to Louis.
Louis. Right, down at the docks. I heard about that one. And then John sent Brody down to the docks, and guess what? No Louis, no gun.
Yeah, that's because your boyfriend Brady, he's not a very good police officer. Either that or he wasn't looking for Louis.
Are you saying that Brody would bury evidence?
I don't know, you think Brandy's got it in for me?
He doesn't even know you.
Exactly. So why don't you all stop behaving like little children pointing fingers and be grown-up cops and find the weapon and clear my name? I spent 8 years locked up. I have no intention of ever going back to a cell.
Please. Uncle Todd that we all know and love would do anything to stay out of jail. He'd destroy evidence, buy out a judge, whatever it takes. I mean, what's a little thing like a murder conviction to stand in your way?
You have children now, right? You have a child? And you still don't get it? I didn't see my kids for 8 years. Now that I'm finally with them, the last thing I need is them thinking that I killed their so-called father. Especially Jack.
Yeah, I got knocked out. By Scarface. Can't the cops check the gun he stole? Can't they prove that's what killed Dad?
Dad gave the gun to a homeless guy so that he could turn it in. One of those guns for cash type of deals. They haven't found the gun, they haven't found the guy.
That fairy tale. You really believe that? Oh, I gave the gun to a homeless guy who, big surprise, disappeared.
You know that guy as well as I do. He's always hanging out at the dock.
Scarface probably shot him too.
No, he's a serial killer.
All I know is he shot Dad and got rid of the gun. It's the only logical explanation. The cops find the gun, they'll have their killer.
And I agree with you, but it won't be Dad.
What? You what?
My porcupine is missing. Morris.
Right. What about him?
Well, you know, somebody stole him accidentally on purpose, and he's gone.
Okay, and this is just supposed to destroy my life. How?
Well, because you're crazy about Morris.
Since when?
Well, like, since forever. You know, before your aunt took you to live in Michigan, I know you used to be so crazy about Morris. I mean, he was like, you know, your best buddy. And I know you've lost so much now. I don't want you to lose Morris, and I'm gonna find him if it's the last thing I ever do.
How come I'm not buying this?
Well, you know, actually, the truth is,
Roxy's having seller's remorse. Yeah, like she said.
Okay, well, why don't you go find the person who bought them? Echo and I will watch your tables. I'm sure they ain't go far. Just look for the person whose hands are covered in bandages. I'm kidding. No, Morris is a great porcupine, the best.
Yeah.
What you said before about getting the gun, I think you're right.
Wait, what did you say your name was?
Aubrey Wentworth, Cutter's sister.
All that fun. That is you.
That was the old me before I met my plastic surgeon.
Oh. Oh my God. That is you. Wow, he's good.
She's the best.
Must have cost a fortune. All of which you borrowed from my good friend Rama and never paid back.
That's between me and Rama.
What are you doing here? And why are you looking for Cutter all of a sudden?
Aubrey, check out what I got us for. What's going on?
What's the matter, honey? You don't recognize your sister, Aubrey?
Yeah, no, to be honest, it's just still a little shocking. You know, since the upgrades. Hey! How's it going? What's the occasion, sis?
Do I need an excuse to come see my older brother?
Aren't you gonna introduce us, older brother?
Yeah, Aubrey, this is Christine, my girlfriend. Christine, this is my sister, Aubrey.
And who's this?
That's Morris. He's for you.
so, what made you change your mind?
Well, I realized you were right. It's not safe having a gun in the house. Not with Shane's history.
Or yours? Considering how you feel about Jack Manning?
I couldn't shoot a kid. No matter how much of a psycho he is. Just like I couldn't shoot his father.
Of course not.
I'm glad you finally believe me.
So? No bandages, no Mars.
You'll find him. Look, I want to go check in on Shane, see how his first day of school went.
Tell him I love him.
I will.
That was close. Not that I blame him. I would have shot Victor Lord myself if I'd been given half a chance.
Get in line, sister.
I just don't want him to think that I don't believe him. Or worse, that you and I screwed up so royally. And that gun, the one that could link him to the murder, is out there floating around somewhere. What?
I got an idea. Watch my stuff.
The night of the murder, you put an APB out on Todd Manning. The real Todd Manning. Why?
You want coffee?
Okay. Victor said Blair was worried. About Todd? Was she thinking maybe he would do something?
That's what it sounds like.
You think Todd Manning killed his own brother?
We were looking for him in connection with a missing gun. So obviously he had opportunity and he had motive, but now the gun's missing and until we find it, we don't have enough to hold him.
But you haven't ruled him out either. I wish that message told us more.
Yeah. It's good though. I'm gonna need to hang on to your phone for a couple days.
That's no problem, but you gotta do me a favor. Don't look at the photos. Me and Viv found a lagoon in the trees, and let's just say we had our birthday suits on.
Say no more. All right, you're safe with me. All right. Hey, thank you for coming down, and thanks for bringing me this.
I want this guy caught.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you still have your offices down at the waterfront?
Yeah.
You know Louis, homeless guy, hangs out at the docks?
Yeah, everybody knows Louis. Why? You don't think Louis shot Victor Lord?
No, but Manning says he gave Louis the gun. All right, now Louis disappeared. That gun could clear Manning.
Or sink him. I'll keep my eyes open.
Thanks, man. All right, see ya.
I know it sounds convenient that Dad would just give his gun away to some guy, but the truth is that he would never hit you.
What are you talking about? He hit me at Dad's office.
But that's because he thought you were...
Yeah? No, go ahead, say it. Because he thought I was Dad. He only hit me because he was trying to get back at Dad.
No, he wanted his life back. He wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Star, I know you keep saying that I was too young to remember, too young to know the real Todd Manning. That he's this great guy who totally understood you. Maybe he was. But he spent 8 years locked in a cell, drugged and tortured. Who knows what kind of man he is now? Once you start messing with his brain, he blamed Dad for everything. He wanted him dead, and he got his wish.
Makes sense, Jack's not in school. His dad just died.
Yeah, I know. Did you find out who did it yet?
No, we're still investigating. What?
Well, you know how I feel about Jack. He made my life miserable last year. He killed my mom and got away with it.
You have every right to be angry with him.
I am. I was. But no one should have to lose their father.
Or his mother.
I know. It's just... I thought that it would make me feel better if something terrible happened to Jack, but it didn't.
What are you saying?
Can I talk to you about something?
Look, you had plenty of reasons to resent our dad even before Victor was shot. All I'm asking you to do is to just not jump to conclusions. Let the police investigate.
The police? Are you serious? They hated Dad.
John McBain is an honest cop, and you know that. Why do you think Victor called him McPain? The police will find out who did this, I promise.
I know who did this. It was Scarface.
No, you're hurt right now. And you want to feel like you're doing something by finding out who killed Victor. But it won't bring him back. I know how much you loved him and relied on him. He bailed you out more than once, probably when he shouldn't have. And you trusted him, and it feels horrible without him. I feel the same exact way.
Don't give me that.
I loved it. He was my father too, Jack. For 8 years, I loved him. I wouldn't have put up with what he did to Cole and me. I would have told him to go to hell. But you can't solve this. You have to let yourself grieve. And think about giving Dad a chance. You're going to need a father now that Victor is gone. And you're lucky that you have one.
I wouldn't count on Jack coming onto your side. It sounds like he's in Victor's camp.
More like he hates me.
Wonder why.
I don't know. I don't. The only crime that I've committed is not getting to be the guy that raised him. And that wasn't even my fault. I would do anything for my kids, and you used to know that about me. In fact, the only thing that kept me going when I was locked up was the thought of my children. I was wondering, what were they wearing to school? Does Star know how to drive? Does Jack know how to throw a spiral? What would they like for their birthday? It was very, very difficult.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. And now Jack, he thinks that I knocked him out and took the keys and stuck into his house and killed the only father that he's ever known. And I hate that. That kills me. I would never do anything like that to Jack. Jack loved Victor, even though, from what I hear, Victor wasn't much of a father.
Well, I'll agree with you on that. Victor let Jack get away with murder. Literally.
What are you talking about? Murder? Jack's just a kid.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you should talk to Blair about this.
Well, no, hold on. I'm talking to you about this. Okay, when I first got back to town, I read something about Jack being accused of something, but that was it. The charges were dropped.
They were.
He was guilty.
That's for a jury to decide. Unfortunately, it didn't get that far.
He's my son. Please tell me, what are you talking about? What happened?
Fine. Jack's a bully. He likes to pick on weaker kids. This past year, he picked on my nephew, Shane, who's had a lot of problems. You know, he had cancer and asthma, and I mean, he's the kind of kid who likes to spend his free time drawing, okay? And Jack and his friends just continued to bully him until Shane's life got so miserable he tried to kill himself.
God.
Yeah. And it didn't stop. They continued to bully him, and then they tried to lure him into this vacant house. But Gigi, Shane's mom, intercepted the message and wanted to confront Jack. And Jack locked her in the basement, where she died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
I don't believe you.
Well, it only gets worse, because Victor didn't want his kid to go to jail, so he paid off another father to have his kid confess, and Jack walked.
This is all my fault. This is my fault. If I'd been there for Jack, none of this would have happened.
I'm not giving Scarface a chance. He killed my father.
What if you're wrong?
I'm not.
You don't have any proof.
Neither do you.
Is this a good time?
Sean, come in. It's fine.
I wanted to pay my respects to your family. And my mother, she wouldn't let me come empty-handed.
What is it?
Enchilada casserole.
It sounds great. Tell your mother that we said thank you. There's nothing like good comfort food.
You got that right. And about your dad, I mean your uncle. I worked with him a long time. He was a tough boss, but he was fair, and he paid me well. And he sure did love you kids.
Thank you.
And you should know that Lieutenant McBain is working around the clock. He's gonna find whoever did this.
Oh, we know who did this.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. He's just angry.
Understood. I just wish that voicemail I gave the lieutenant could be more helpful.
A voicemail?
Victor Lord was leaving me a message when he was shot. I got the whole thing on my phone.
You can always talk to me. You know that. What's going on?
Oh, Shane. Hey. Hey. How was school?
It was fine. Good. You're not just saying that. It's not too late. I can call him and have him move somewhere.
Really, it was okay.
Okay. Good, I'm glad. I want to hear all about it. But first, your grandmothers, both of them, they wanted me to tell you that they say hi and that they love you and that they're pulling for you. And they're both kind of nutty, but you think? You should see them. They're both at this flea market freaking out over this porcupine.
Morris, I knew it.
You know Morris? You know the porcupine on Roxy's desk? Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, so did Roxy. Now she's losing it because somebody bought him and she's desperate to get him back.
I know who has him.
You do? You don't like him? I thought he'd, like, perk up the room.
A fake porcupine?
You want a real one?
Ooh, I gotta take this. It's about a job. You guys, catch up.
Sexy.
What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, Johnny! Oh, thank God you're here. I got to report a theft. Somebody stole my porcupine. I need you to put an IUD out on him.
How was I supposed to know your girlfriend would be here?
I don't know. Maybe a phone call?
Look, I need to talk to you. It's important, okay?
No. I don't want you anywhere near Christine. All right? She's already asking questions about Joey and Clint, and if she starts digging deeper and finds out what really happened to Spotted Pony, we can't take that risk.
I'm busy right now. I'm working a murder investigation.
Yeah, I understand that, but this is really important. Okay, somebody took Morris from the flea market. They kidnapped him. And when you find him, which I know you will, do me a favor. Just don't look inside.
I'm afraid to ask. Why not?
You think I'd waste my time on that chick? Who called me a bimbo, by the way?
Congratulations. What you always wanted. Money well spent.
Hey! A noogies if you don't hear me out.
She's gonna be done soon.
Okay, I'll talk fast. Remember that friend I was telling you about? The one in the hospital? I need you to help me pay her bills.
Okay, we'll deal with it later.
Any luck?
I got an interview at Capricorn. Where's your sister?
She had to go do something. We're gonna catch up later. So, where are we gonna have this little guy bunk?
Oh man, this sucks for Roxy. Knowing Cutter, she's gonna have to pay through the nose to get Morris back. Hey, how's the investigation going? Any idea who shot Victor Lord?
Not yet. We don't have enough evidence to book Manning. McBain wants us to consider the field wide open, which makes sense. A lot of people wanted Victor dead.
Don't look inside because Morris is fragile, very fragile. And you know those pokey-piney things? When they fall off, he's instantly devalued.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, listen, in the Victor Lord case, did you arrest anyone yet?
No, not yet.
Well, maybe you'd have a little better luck if you found out who snatched Morris. Because you had a lot of luck with Leon's kidnapper. And Leon would have been 3 sheep to the wind with Marty Saybrook if you hadn't come along. And Nattie's heart would have been like more broke than it already is. She's okay, she's with Brody, and they're playing house. But I know, and you know, she belongs with you.
I'm gonna try to find that porcupine for you.
You do that, Johnny Mac.
Once a kid leaves in the morning, most parents have no idea what they're doing. You can't blame yourself. You weren't even here.
I made a promise to myself that I would never let my kids go through the kind of things that I had to go through when I was their age. That they'd never have to deal with the guilt of having done something wrong. Killing someone is not the kind of guilt that a kid is prepared to deal with. And I can't even talk to him because he hates me, because he thinks that I killed the only father that he's ever known, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do.
Person really did a number on you.
I guess. Why? What does that mean?
I'm just saying that the Todd I used to know, well, I mean, he wouldn't let anything stop him, especially when it came to his kids. I mean, he wouldn't let anything get in the way from helping them, but I guess you've gotten used to giving up.
Yeah, you're right. I hate to admit it. Thank you for telling me, and thank you for listening to me.
Won't happen again.
Tell your boyfriends at the police department to stop eating jelly donuts and go find the gun.
He was leaving me a message about wanting to hire me. Then there was a shot.
You heard the murder?
Yeah.
What did he say? Did he say anything that would lead you to who did this?
Not really.
What exactly did he say?
He just said a couple of things. Just who's there, and then I guess he saw the gun because he said, "What the hell are you doing here?" Then, the shot.
Oh my God.
John's all over it. You're gonna be okay.
And everyone is railroading my dad, but I swear to you that he did not do this.
They're not gonna arrest your dad or anyone without the gun. They don't have anything else that'll stick. Unless an eyewitness comes forward. Todd has nothing to worry about.
Well, I gotta go. Good luck with school, Shane. I'm glad it's going better. If you ever want to have that conversation, you just call me. I'm always around.
Don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
See you, man. Sure.
So, how does it feel to be a sophomore?
Better than being a freshman.
Yeah?
Everyone seems pretty cool. They mostly forgot about last year.
Good. Glad to hear that. So, what was that with Brody?
Nothing.
Okay, you don't have to tell me. You and Brody are friends. I know you went to him after your mom died. When I was obsessed with getting revenge against Todd. Victor and his son for what they did. And that's cool, I'm glad you have somebody to talk to. I just want you to know that I'm your father and I'm here for you. You can tell me anything, you know that, right?
Any luck? I got somebody working on it. Who? It's on a need to know, Echo.
Well, I need to know, Roxy. Rex is my son.
And I love him every bit as much as you do.
I know you do. I'm just worried, okay, if that gun falls into the wrong hands.
What are you talking about? Who's gonna look inside a stuffed porcupine?
Admit it, he's cute.
He's cute. Ow! In a prickly way?
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, I get it. Love me, love my porcupine.
I'd settle for just loving me.
I'm working on it. Okay, so where are we putting the little
Next
guy?
to the bed.
No.
Oh, you said you loved me.
That is where I draw the line. Come on.
All right. The TV?
Sure, it'll improve the reception.
No, I don't think you're getting the whole picture. This guy is gonna bring us luck. I can just feel it.
Yeah, well, let's hope.
No,
Dad, what's up?
Dorian's gone, right?
Oh, I'm sure she missed you
Good. I
too.
need to talk to Chico.
Good luck with that.
Why? What happened?
Because he is really, really angry.
You know, it's one thing to lose the only father that you've ever known and be sad. It's another thing entirely to blame me for it.
Well, trust me, I've tried talking to him and he won't listen to me.
So I'm not his dad, and I'm nothing but a murderer.
Basically.
Where is he?
I think he's upstairs.
Can you go get him for me? I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
What?
Look at you.
I know, right?
I
No
know.
one improved dad. Thanks, Shorty.
Not so short anymore.
Hey.
Hey, found Liam's jacket.
Yes, I did.
Did you run into anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, my Uncle Todd. We were talking.
About what?
Well, it's just about family and kids and... You know what? I'm starting to think that he didn't shoot his brother.
Where's Jack?
He wasn't upstairs. He must have gone out.
Hey, McBain.
Go back outside and knock.
But I have to tell you something.
Hey, you got a hand? Go back outside and use one of them to knock on that door. Come on in.
I remember what happened. The night my dad was murdered, I know who did it. It was Scarface, the guy who calls himself Todd Manning.